Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Today we're talking about the hot new show. Well, hot and new to me.
Yeah.
Um Squid Games.
Woo! It's a really good show.
I'm very late on the Squid Games trend. We watched it literally, well, Corey already watched it. And then we watched it together when we were sick. We binged the first season in like 2 days. But it's so good. I don't know why I haven't watched it before. All of my friends watched it. I never watched it.
It
I don't know.
was
And
not the
then
train
I
you hopped
guess
on at the time.
no, it's not. And I don't know why because it's so good. And the second season is really good except for the ending,
Mm-hmm.
which we'll get into.
Yeah.
But what should we I don't know.
What were your thoughts about season 1?
Okay, I really liked season 1. I think the whole
Mm-hmm.
concept of like Squid Games is cool where they're like, "Hey, you guys." Oh, it's which is crazy too, because some of them are like in their 20s and they're already like millions and millions and millions and millions in debt. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I really liked it. My favorite character of season 1 is the number 67. I don't know any other names because they all sound the same. I don't know. I could
Yeah.
not differentiate their names to save my life. But luckily they were numbers. So
Yeah. It's for like
um
that one.
that yeah. Number 67, that's like the girl, like the main girl from the first season.
Oh, yeah. She's so
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah. And
She was my
I'm really
favorite
sad she
too.
died. Yeah.
I also like the old
Um
man.
yeah. He was
He just made me sad the whole time though. Because I was like,
yeah.
no, you're gonna die.
And then he didn't die. Well, I mean he did
Yeah, he
eventually.
did, but like he wasn't like the first to be offed or anything. He survived quite a long time.
But season 2, I really really liked season 2. Maybe even better than the first season. My favorite
Really?
characters in the second season are the recruiter. I love him so much.
Oh, yeah. He's
He's
funny.
crazy.
He is
He's
crazy.
he's a silly guy. He just wanted to play
He just
games.
wants to play games
He just
and tell people they're trash.
yeah. And I love Thanos. Corey didn't like Thanos, but I
Thanos is
thought he
my
was so funny.
favorite. Thanos is
See,
great.
Thanos is so funny.
He's a tweaker.
He's funny.
But he's
He
so funny. He's
he
so
was just
stupid.
he's so dumb, dude. Oh my gosh, he's so dumb. Um
Homie that took his pills.
oh yeah, his friend that like literally the second Thanos died, he was like, "Give me that necklace." Um Yeah, I love Thanos. I like when they're playing. My favorite is like when they're playing Mingle and they're like,
And they're dancing around.
and they're just having to like everybody's like freaking out and they're just like my last two brain cells. They're just having a good time.
Yeah, yeah. I also love that Thanos speaks like English and Korean. Like he
Yeah,
switches. I always want to call it Spanglish, but obviously Spanglish is Spanish and English. But same concept where like he'll just like mid sentence change. So I feel
yeah,
like if you watch the dubbed version, you miss out on that.
yeah,
Because I remember when season 1 came out, it was this weird like show, right? There was no nobody knew what it was about, but it had the most beautiful like ad campaign, and it was just like this very weird secretive thing. It was post COVID, so it was, I feel like the
mm-hmm.
world was still very much on like into binge watching TV, and it had such a, I mean, it's called Squid Game. Like what could you even possibly infer from that title?
Right. And it's literally like a brutal show. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty brutal.
It's so brutal, and it's just, I mean, people are getting massacred every episode, and it's people who like are down on their luck or are really dumb and just kept taking out loans and got involved with the wrong people, and
Gambling
or
problems.
yeah, or they need money because their, family member is dying or their child is dying, somebody is dying in their life or whatever. Um, so it's really like sad, and then you watch them all get brutally murdered
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
playing
fucked up.
children's games.
I will say that I liked in the second season that because, like, in the first season, um, they didn't get an option to, like, stop playing. I mean,
Correct.
they got the option to, like, stop playing, but they didn't get to keep any of the money. It was just, like,
Yeah,
whoever won the final game. So I did like in the second season that was kind of like a thing where
yeah.
they had to be like, yeah, we could split the money, but it's not gonna be that much."
Yeah, it's not enough for any of the people in that room. And I feel like the reason that happened is because player 456, who is the main character in both seasons, I feel like they only did that to kind of shove it in his face that these people are here by choice.
Yeah.
Like, they may have put themselves in a very bad position, but not only did they accept the offer to be here, but they want to continue to be here. And so that was kind of their way of kind of shoving it in his face that, like, see, humanity is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and it gets crazy. Like, they can just kill each other in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
That's part of it, and then they just get added to the prize money. It's
Mhm.
pretty terrible, and also, it's, like, so sad too because there's, like, a mother or, like yeah, a mother and
Yeah.
son. Like, there's one girl that's pregnant. Like,
She's one of
it
my
gets
favorites
pretty
in season
yeah,
2.
I do like her. Her and Thanos.
Her and Thanos, yeah. I love freaking Thanos. He's
Thanos
so
is so dumb.
It's funny because normally, like with characters like that, sometimes they just get super annoying. And I'm like, okay, like you can go away now. I don't want you to be here anymore. But he's like annoying in the correct way. Like I don't
Yeah.
know how to explain it, but he's to me, he's actually really funny.
Yeah, he's
Um,
hilarious.
I
I
also
love
kind
when
of
he's like,
yeah.
when they're going to, like, vote and he just, like, slams his head on the, like, O, and he's like I'm like, "What are you doing? You're so" like, literally people are dying, but it's fine.
And yeah, it's just a game to him. But I mean, kind of his whole life is just a game. That's how he looks at his life.
Yeah,
But I also
which is
love they made
crazy.
in a Marvel reference where the one girl that he thinks is really pretty is like, "Oh, where's all your Infinity Stones?" And he's like, "I have them all right here, baby." And each of his nails is painted a different color. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious."
Oh, yeah, he was definitely my favorite. Also, I think it's crazy that the front man, that
Hmm.
guy's brother is now when he's number 1 now. Um,
Yeah,
that was crazy, and I'm like, "That's crazy that he's just there playing the games along."
yeah. I really enjoy for season 2 the connections like with everybody and the connection within the story too, because like you
Mhm.
said, you have the mom and the son, which is I don't think we saw that in the first season. And then again, like how the police guy is involved, and then the front man, and just like the one shooter is that girl that was the like, what was she? I don't think she was a unicorn. She was that like thing at the theme park, and she was like, I'm gonna make money
Oh, the
to,
bunny.
yeah, Bunny, there
Yeah,
we go.
yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
was pink.
I was
That
like,
was
"What
all
are
I
you talking about?" Oh,
remember.
yeah, yeah, I forgot about
Um,
that.
but yeah, she was like, I'm gonna go shoot people for a living now. And then she sees the dad of the little girl there.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty brutal, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh." And then yeah, and then, like, I like that they have, like, the front man, and then number 456, they have, like, similar stories as to, like, why they're
Hmm.
there, or, like, they were there for the, like, first original game.
Yeah.
'Cause he had, like, a dying wife, and, like, by the time he got back, she was already dead, and the
Yeah.
same thing happened with, 456 with his mom,
Yeah.
so I think it'll be interesting. I will say that the ending of season 2 made me mad.
I
Only
think it made a
because
lot of people mad.
yeah. So and that's why I'm like, I'm kind of glad that they're putting out season 2 or season 3 this year because why would they do that? Like they just it's just
Yeah. I was actually kind of sad that they even continued the series. To me, season 1 just by itself was absolutely amazing. It was
yeah, it was
perfect.
really good.
It was open-ended so that like it left you with this very eerie feeling of they're going to continue, like this is always going to be happening in the background.
Yeah, like it's
Like
always they're always going to have Squid Games.
yeah, and it's always going to be there, and there's always going to be 456 people that voluntarily get involved with these games because they've just either ruined their own lives or trying to save another. So I thought like just season 1 as is, it should have just been a one and done, and then they were go, oh, we're going to do a season 2. But season 2 doesn't feel like that. Season 2 feels like a part 1.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I agree. See, I'm wondering if they like were going to like ever make a season 2 like
I don't think
originally. I don't
so.
because
Like
that's
I
what it
feel like
felt
it
like with the first season. It felt like they were like, okay, we could
like that
end
was
this
it.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then season 2, they were yeah, like you saying, it feels like a part 1 because it's literally just like the worst cliffhanger they
Yeah.
could have left it on. Like, so the front man is now back to being the front man. I don't. Is
Yeah.
what is happening? I just. Uh,
Yeah, it's
also
one of
with
those
the
endings that you're like, "Okay, I need the other part now. You can't leave me
yeah,
like that."
exactly. It's like you
Whereas, like, that
can't.
ending for season 1 was like, "Okay, like, I can see if you eventually wanted to continue, you could,
Yes.
but, like, it didn't need it necessarily." So, like, I was content with season 1's ending,
Yeah.
but not season 2.
I still don't get why he dyed his hair red, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
that was a choice. That was
That
a
was
choice.
definitely a choice. He looks much better in this season now. Everybody.
Yeah, because one, he got a haircut, and two, he's back to his regular color.
Yeah.
That literally the end of season 1, I was like, is he going off to be an anime character? Like, I'm not
Yeah, like
sure
what are we
what's
doing
happening.
here? um Gosh, yeah. But I mean, overall, I still think season 2 was really fun.
I
I
really
love
like the
the
games in season
me
2.
too. Also, I just listen, the guards, the circle guards are my favorite. They're so silly. Anytime like it would come up on my Instagram, like it would just be like the guards are so girly pop, which is true. I love the what this is it the second game that they do where they have to do like the relay race,
Is
or is
that
that
the
the third
second game or
game?
the third? I think it's the
I
third
think it,
game.
no, I think it's only the second because they only did like
Is it?
2 or 3 games because they did red light, green light,
Yeah.
and then the relay, and then the last game they played was Mingle. They didn't even get through all the games.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think that was the second one, but I like the guards in the second one. Um, Also, that was just, a lot of games in the set like, I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, we were watching it and hold on, I lost my train of thought, I'm so sorry. It was,
that's
like,
okay.
there and then it just disappeared. Um,
Evaporated into thin
yeah,
air.
well, we were watching it and I was like we were on, like, episode 6 and they were only on the 3rd game and I was like, "What?"
Oh, yeah.
'Cause, like, that Mingle game took up, like, 3 episodes, it felt like.
Yeah, Mingle, because they started it at the end of episode 5 and then
Oh
finished it
my
in
god.
episode 6. So, yeah, Mingle definitely took a lot, but I feel like Mingle also just like murder wise was probably the worst.
Yeah, I probably got rid
Because,
of most of the majority of them besides Red Light,
yeah,
Green Light.
yeah. But Red Light, Green Light, oh my god, when Thanos pushed everybody, I was like, "You butthead. I
I
can't
thought he
I
was gonna
can
be
believe, but I also
yeah,
can't believe you just did that."
I
And
thought
he
he was
had us
gonna be like, that one what? What was the number of that one from the first season?
Which one?
The one you did, the one with the snake tattoo.
I don't know. I hated that fool though.
The one with like, the snake tattoo on his face. I thought Thanos was gonna be like him,
Hold
where
on,
he
I
was
have
just
to
kind of like
Google.
a dick. I can't remember his
Oh,
name. Um,
what
I was
number
like,
is
oh,
he?
this is that guy.
101.
Oh, 101. That's his
Yeah.
number. Um, yeah, I thought Thanos was gonna be more like him in this season, but
I'm really
then
glad he wasn't, because that guy
I'm
was
glad he
just like a
wasn't too.
thug.
Yeah, and he was just like annoying.
See, and
Also like
yeah.
yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I really like, because Thanos is supposed to be like my age, I
Mhm.
believe. He's supposed to be like in his like late 20s, early 30s. He's a millennial, and I feel like his attitude is one what landed him in this place, and two you can see why. So I feel
Yeah.
like he's like the like perfect encapsulation of people like that, because I feel like 101 from season 1, he was a thug because that was just like that generation's
Yeah.
response to being in situations like that, is like they were like, if I punch my way out, I'll be fine. Whereas
Meanwhile,
like
you
I
have
feel
the
like
millennials who are just so unserious about every situation ever.
we have lived through way too many like history changing events that everything is a game.
Yeah, if you don't
Like
laugh,
there's
you'll
no
cry.
seriousness. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, yeah, no, I feel that. That's how I feel. That's how I'm like, that's why I think that's why I like Thanos so much. Also, he's just so dumb. He's
He's so
just
dumb.
so
And
dumb.
I'm going to point out he's really cute. And I was like, why is this fool so cute? And I didn't realize he was in the band BTS.
What?
Yeah. Here, let me see. He got
Well, that
booted
makes
out
sense.
for some kind of scandal. I can't talk.
What?
Um, I like when I Google Thanos, it's Thanos from the Avengers. And that's not,
Wrong Thanos.
yeah, not that Thanos.
While you're looking that up,
Oh,
I will
he was
say,
in, I'm sorry, I
oh,
said
go ahead.
BTS. He was not in BTS. He was in Big Bang.
Oh,
He was in a Korean boy band, is what I'm getting at, and that's why he's so cute, because he was chosen to be in a Korean boy band. So
yeah,
that
I
you
mean
just have to be cute.
Those K-pop stars, they are little
Yeah.
cutie cuties. I will say that my favorite character, looks wise, cover your ears, Corey, is the recruiter. That man is so beautiful. Oh my
He
god.
is. And look, I know when he smiles in this show, he's got the manic hiding behind the eyes, but he is a cutie patootie.
He's a little pooky. He's
Like
so cute.
literally, if he wasn't out there jumping on some, roles that he bought to play games with people, homeless people in the park, um
He's so
he's really cute.
crazy. He's so
Yeah,
crazy.
and he's one of those really like those actors that he can do where he's got like the crazy just behind the eyes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
boy, you have some
Yeah.
skills.
I love the edits where people edit bows on him. Um,
Oh my gosh, that makes him so cute.
I know.
I'm like,
But yeah,
now you're
he's
even
crazy.
cuter.
The fact
Yes.
that he was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna just buy 100 of these bread rolls and 100 lottery tickets, and I'm just gonna go play a little game with these people down on their luck, and then I'm gonna just be crazy and just." Which I mean, listen, he's not wrong, but also he's a little crazy. But now he's dead, which is sad.
I just think it's funny though,
Sad.
because like he's the one that's like going around and like, playing games with people and stuff. But like in that first season, you're like, oh man, like that's terrifying. But in this season, I feel like because we followed him around a bit more, you realize that he's just a goon. Like he
Yeah.
literally, like, they're like, go out and find people. Like he's like in his off season right now, where he's not trying to trick people into coming to play with this game. So he's like, I guess I'll just like mess with all the homeless people in this park
Yes.
instead.
Oh gosh, she's so crazy. And then like when he was playing with number 456,
Yeah.
and they're playing, like, Russian roulette. I'm
He
like,
took it so seriously. Like, he is
"Oh
one of
my
those
gosh."
he's one of those people you don't wanna play board games with because,
Yeah.
like, the second you don't follow the rules to the T, he's like, "Absolutely not, we're over, like,
Like,
I'm gonna
oh
shoot you now."
yeah,
Like,
he's like, "Don't
he's
think
so
about it."
crazy. Yeah. I
Um,
didn't think he was actually going to shoot himself in the
I
Russian
didn't
roulette.
either,
I
but then he did,
truly
and
thought
I was
he
like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god."
Like, he was, like, the game above anything else.
Yeah, which is
Because,
crazy.
like, I
I just
thought he
wanna
was just gonna
know.
shoot 456. Like, I thought he was just gonna be like, "Oh, you lose anyways," but he's all about those rules.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see, like, the front man, like,
Mhm.
how that all plays out. Also, I hope that they kinda, like, do more with his brother this
Yeah.
next season because they kinda just had him, like, driving a boat in circles, like, with really like, he didn't
Yeah.
accomplish anything like, anything. Not a
No.
damn thing. He didn't do a
The only
damn thing this
thing the
season.
only thing he accomplished was that he found 456, and all his searching for the past 2 years, um, was so far not for nothing because it is real. Like, he found
Yeah,
somebody that knew, like, that was there and that knew it was
yeah.
real.
I was just like, could they, like could we just do, like, maybe he found, like, a little bit something, but no, like, he literally by the end was like, "I don't know where these guys are at,"
Yeah, I also like that their big brilliant plan was to put a tracking device in 456's tooth.
and it didn't even work.
Um and they I mean, like, the literally the second I saw that they were putting it in a tooth, um I was like, that means that can come out. Like, they put it on basically like a bridge that, like, you could take
Yeah,
your false tooth in and out situation. It like, there wasn't like a tracking device you could put, like, under his skin or, like, in his stomach, like, somewhere that's, like, not easy to, peel out, because I thought the tooth was a little dumb. Like, I don't understand why you thought that would work.
yeah, he coulda just, like, swallowed an air tag or something, he probably would've been better off.
Literally, put it up his butt, something.
Yeah, prison pocket,
Yeah.
would've been much better. I mean, that's what the girl did the first season when she smuggled cigarettes in.
Yeah.
Also, I'm
Yeah.
like, how did they not smell that in the bathroom? Like, be so for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, those guards are probably like, "You know what? I don't get paid for that. I get
yeah.
paid for anything but that."
Oh gosh, couldn't
It was
imagine.
cool to see, like, the behind the scenes for the guards this season,
Yeah.
because, like,
Um,
before they were just there, and I'm like, "Who are these people? How did you even get into this line of work?" And then we get to follow guard 11 around
mhm.
and see not only, like, kind of her background, but also, like, what she does every day, and it's very much the same as the people playing the games. You
Yeah.
sleep in a tiny little room in a bunk. I mean, at least they get their own room. They don't have to sleep in a community space. But just a little room, they get a meal slipped to them every day, and they do their job and go on. Although, you know what's crazy is the Oregon black market situation
Oh,
happening.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm
right.
like,
They don't want 'em to, like, kill them completely because they wanna
yeah,
harvest their organs, and then they're
yeah.
like, "She shot him dead."
But the the top dog doesn't know about that, right? Like, they're hijacking these bodies underneath the nose of all of the investors and all that. So it's like, I mean, if it were me, I really wouldn't want to cross the people that I know will shoot me without cause.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in a place like that, yeah, no, if I worked there, which I probably would never do,
Mm-mm.
um, because that seems like a high stress job, but I
Yeah.
would just do my job and be quiet and go home.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't try and push my luck like I do at my job now where
Yeah.
I can say things that I'm like, "Mm, I probably
You're
couldn't
like,
get away with that, shouldn't get away with that."
yeah. You're
Not
like, that might
there,
have been
no.
questionable.
Yeah, not there. That
Yeah.
would get you shot
Mm-mm.
right in the head. You will die right on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'll put you in a nice gift wrap box and
Yeah,
incinerate you.
yeah. Or harvest your organs, just depends.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, as every time they flash to them trying to harvest organs, I'm like, I would not I would not be chancing that,
Yeah,
like,
no,
at
no thank
all.
you.
And the
Yeah,
guy made a
I'm
point. He's like, "Well, at least the all the organs are going to like people who need them." And I'm thinking to myself, "You're probably selling them for like millions of dollars, which isn't charity. So first of all, you're already wrong. But
yeah.
like, I just,
I
that's
wonder how
so
that's gonna
risky.
yeah, I wonder if that's gonna go anywhere else now with, like, season because they touched on it in season 1 too, so, like,
Yeah,
obviously, it's a reoccurring thing. Something
we just
has to
got to
come
see
about it.
more.
Yeah. Something has to come about it. Um,
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll like kind of like explode in their faces and then just kind of tear down the whole thing from like the inside out.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
Like that's how
God.
they get caught or something, you know? Because that would be
You know what else I'm also really excited to see? What I'm interested to see
hmm.
is they teased, like, a new game at the end of season 2.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, now we have the creepy like, doll and the girl doll, and now we have a creepy boy doll. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know what that is gonna be.
Yeah. I remember when I first started watching season two and we were back in the yard with the doll, I was like, there's no way that like the head honcho is going to play the same games with somebody who's already been through all of these games before. Like
Yeah.
no way. And then we played red light green light and I'm like, no. Mm-mm. And then the second game was different and I was like, okay, I feel better now.
Yeah. Yeah, even though number 456 was anticipating the, like, candy game,
Mhm.
and he's, like, telling everybody, and then they're like, "It's not," and he's like,
The instant like turn on him was
"Oh, I
absolutely
know."
insane.
They're like, "You lied to us," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, this is when I was here."
Yeah, it's like
Um,
the instant everybody was like, "You lied! I can't believe you lied!" Like, rah, rah, rah. And I'm thinking to myself, "Wow! Like, no wonder you guys are playing these games and you're in thousands of millions of dollars in debt because y'all are dumb as a bag of rocks."
yeah.
Like anybody with two brain cells would know. Like, okay, well, if he's been here before and he knew the first game, then all the other games are probably going to change.
Yeah, just the fact that he, like, knew the first game and, like, knew to cover his mouth and talk to them, I'd be like, "Alright,
Mm-hmm.
well, this guy obviously fucking knows something.
Yeah.
Something we don't know, right? Because he knows that we're all gonna die in a minute."
Yeah.
After
The
that,
poor
I'd be
girl
like,
with
"Alright." Oh my
the
gosh, I
bee.
know.
I'm like, oh, as soon as she moved, I was like, no, girl. I was
Gosh, and then
surprised though,
everybody
because
started freaking
Thanos
out.
didn't flinch. Yeah. But
I'm like,
Thanos didn't
"Well."
flinch, which I was surprised. I was expecting him to die earlier than he did.
I was too, and the fact that he died from a fork in his neck is just such a I that,
Yeah.
just a way to die
Yep.
for him. I mean, maybe he shouldn't be such a butthead, but, you know, he likes to party and have a good time.
Yeah, that he does. He's so dumb. I
He
love
is so
him.
dumb. Oh, like, when he, like, kicks the guy down
Oh my
and
god.
Mingle, and I'm like, "Oh my god." Everybody's so scared, and he's, like, just living his best life, having a great time.
Yep.
But, yeah, I'm very interested to see how season 3 plays out. Um, I hope that my hope is that well, I hope 456 doesn't die. I don't think he will, but
I really think that he is going to be like the last one standing.
yeah, like him in the front man.
I don't know about the front man. I feel like he might die.
Oh,
Or
gosh.
he might be like, it might, I feel like he would like maybe like fake his death super convincingly and then like slither back into the hole he came from. But I
Yeah.
feel like he's gonna die. Like, I truly would actually be very satisfied if 456 was the only one left after this season. I mean, it would suck for him, but I'd be satisfied.
That'd be crazy.
I
Imagine
also
him winning again, and he
yeah,
just has so much money that he just doesn't
yeah,
do anything with.
yeah. Actually, when they first get into the games and his best friend is there,
Oh my
because I was
gosh.
like, I saw him and I'm like, I know that guy. Why do I know? And then it was his best friend, like his childhood best friend that he grew up with and all that. I'm like, why
Oh my
is
god, and then when the
he
front man kills him,
here? Oh
I
my
was like, that
god.
is fucked up.
Yeah,
Also, like, because him and like number one and number 456 had like a little like bromance going on during the
they
games.
did.
They were
They
like,
did.
I saw them
They were
looking at each other.
connecting.
They
Yeah.
were. And then just to do that, just like that, I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
god.
my god.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm also interested to see in season 3, because like the fish, like the driver of the boat
Yeah.
is like a bad guy.
Mhm.
I guess. So I'm interested to see like what role he plays. Um and I hope that, I don't know. I'm like I feel bad for the police brother cuz I'm like he's just
Yeah.
trying to find his brother, and or he already did find his brother, and
Yeah,
his
but
brother
he's trying to like refine him and
yeah,
be like,
and
"Hey,
be like, "Hey."
come
Yeah,
home. Mom
that's crazy.
is his the conversation with the police guy and his mom about like having it be like her she kind of like blamed herself or whatever or blamed her and then like turned around and blamed him or whatever. I was like that was the most heartbreaking conversation.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then like to find out that like his wife is dead and I'm like, "Oh no."
Yeah, it's all sorts of, like, fucked up. It just keeps getting more and more sad. I'm just like I just feel like with, like, the son and the mother, ugh, I
Oh
just
my
feel like bad,
gosh.
and the pregnant lady, I feel like bad
Yeah.
things are gonna happen, and I'm
And
just
then her baby daddy was there, and I'm like,
yeah, and it's just
"What?
like, "Oh my
My
gosh."
god." And then she was like, You didn't text me back or call me back for, like, 4 months or something?" And I'm like, "Yo, that's messed up."
Yeah, and now they're just there together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder what the, like, girl doll and boy doll, I feel like it's gonna be something, like, where they're gonna, like, I don't know, it's gonna be like one of the like, in the 1st season when they had to group up, and then it was like, "Okay, you're gonna one of you is gonna die." I
Oh, yeah.
was like, "That's fucked up." Like, they're like, "You guys pick partners. Okay, you guys got partners? Cool. Now you're gonna have to kill one."
Yep.
And it's like, gosh, like, number 67 and, like, that girl in the 1st season, that was
Yeah.
brutal. That was brutal. I
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna be something like that in this next game, where
Yeah.
like, they're gonna have to, like, go against each other, and, like, one of them is gonna die, and I'm gonna just be sad.
Yeah. It's terrible.
But
Also, the carousel one, I know I said this earlier, I feel like was the most brutal game so far.
mhm,
Because when they're, like, getting towards, like, the middle of it, and they're like, how many do you think like, what number is gonna be the next number?" And the front man was like, "It's gonna be 2, because there's only
mhm.
50 rooms available, and there's over 100 of us left." And I'm like, and then it was true, and I'm like, "Oh my god." So they're just, like, killing people left and right. And also, the locking of the doors is crazy.
Yeah, also, it's crazy that they, like, the one room with the group,
That had
they didn't have enough,
over.
and they're like, "Oh, maybe they don't notice," and then they all bust
Mhm.
in there and, like, killed him. I was like, "Oh my gosh, they know
Yeah.
everything here."
Yeah, there's
Everything.
eyes everywhere.
Yeah, which is terrifying. Um, yeah, I feel like I would be so bad at those games, I would just die immediately.
But here's the thing
Um,
that's crazy is they're banking like, honestly, I feel like they're banking on the fact that a majority of people will know these games. Like, if
yeah.
you hosted something like this, I would be like, "I don't know what this game is." Like, I
Yeah.
don't how do I play? Like, I don't I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
I'm
like
kind of surprised there's no like foreigners in there either.
yeah, like the first one there was the guy from like I think he was like from Pakistan or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Or at least if there are, they're not important this season.
yeah, we don't care about them this season.
Yeah, they're like, no focus. Don't focus on that.
Yeah, I liked
Um,
that guy last season. I'm sad he died. I mean, they all died. Everybody
yeah,
dies. It's like you can't. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the games are. I will say like the first season, I think my favorite game was probably the like one where they had to walk across the glass and
oh
one of
my
them was like a false
gosh.
glass. And I was like, dude, could you imagine like
No.
if anytime like cuz they kept falling, right? And then it was like you would just like would slowly make your way to the front and then you would be the one having to like figure out and then like the one guy was like looking at the light reflection and then they were like, "Oh no, you're not doing that. We're turning the lights off." And I'm like, "That is so fucked up." Oh,
Yeah.
and then falling to your death, terrible. It'd be a
I did
terrible
think it was
death.
funny in season one with the one with the cookie. And
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I liked that in season two when he's like explaining like what to do and they're like, what's the easiest shape? And he's like, the triangle. And they're like, which one did you pick? And of course the idiot picked the umbrella out of all shapes.
Yeah. I like that he was like um dreaming about it too.
With the really
With the
complicated
complicated
triangle.
triangle.
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh, could you
god.
imagine?
No. I
Um
saw that and I was like, please don't let this be real. Please.
yeah, then
Like,
you'd
because
be
I
then you
feel
would
like they
be
would totally do something like that. They'd be like, oh, you think you know what game we're going to play? Well, I'm going to make it worse.
yeah, here's your triangle. Have fun with that. Yeah. Yeah, that one stressed me out last season. I was like, "Oh my gosh." Cuz one wrong move and you messed up the cookie and you're dead.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the like glass one was my favorite game last season cuz that's just a terrible game. That's just so
Oh
fucked
my
up. Or like the
gosh.
tug of war
Yeah.
too. I was like, "Oh my god, you're
Tug
literally
of
pulling
War had
someone to
me
their
on
death."
edge.
I
That
know.
one,
Oh gosh,
because,
that's a
like, you're
terrible way to
relying
die.
on a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, and like I feel like those two games were like the most brutal like way to die because like the other ones like they just shoot them, which is like one and done, they're dead. Falling to your death? Oh my
Mm-mm.
gosh, no thank you. Terrible.
What else? What would you rate the show
I
overall for what we know so
overall,
far?
what did you say? 9? I would say yeah, I'd say a 9. I really enjoyed it. I really liked season 2. I thought it was so fun and so unserious and so I'm hoping that like season 3 they kind of like I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna like wrap everything up or if they're
I kind
gonna.
of hope they do.
I kind of
Or
hope they
leave it
do.
open ended like they did season one,
Yeah,
where
not
it's
like a
that
cliffhanger.
weird, like
Yeah,
lingering, like, oh my god, they're still doing this somewhere kind of situation.
yeah, yeah. Like I kind of like hope the games still kind of go on, but like I don't know, with the front man like being in the games, and then now he's like back to the mask. Is he gonna come back to playing the games?
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen? Oh my gosh. And like if when 456 finds out that he was the one doing that, oh my
He's gonna be
gosh.
devastated.
Oh my because they were like they had a little bromance. It's so
Yeah, and
cute.
it seems like every time he like trusts somebody, it just doesn't work out
Mhm.
very well for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor guy. I hope he I hope he gets better. But I
Yeah.
do like him. I also like watching like interviews with him. Really good, really good. I love Squid Games. If you can't tell, it's my Instagram feed is like all Squid Games, mostly like videos of like the recruiter guy.
Yeah.
For no particular reason at all. Um,
No, not at
no,
all.
not at all. I don't like
Not
every
of the
single
cutie
one that pops up on
patootie
my I
of the
know.
show.
Love that crazy man. But, what would you rate it overall?
I think right now it's gonna sit at a solid 8 out of 10.
That's
Because
fair.
again, I really liked season one. I like the tone. Like I like that it was super serious and obviously very deadly, but it was children's games.
Yeah.
And everything like within the stadium is, I would say, kid friendly. It's bright colors, it's shapes, and
It looks like a
like
giant daycare.
it looks like preschool.
Yeah.
Like you're going to preschool is what it looks like. But then you've got blood all over the floor.
Yeah.
Um, and I like the aesthetic of this show. I like the jumpsuits that are, I say that they're pink. I know some people say they're red. I think they're like a hot red pink situation, but
Mhm.
I love that with the black mask. I love that everything is very simple and yet
Mhm.
very effective.
Right.
Um, but the tone of season two feels very unserious and very goofy, which, like, looking at it by itself is great, but in conjunction with season one is not my favorite.
Mhm.
So we'll see if they continue the silly, goofy mood into season three or if they kind of start teetering it back to the seriousness.
I feel like they will, especially, like, with Thanos dead. Ugh, sad, but,
Yeah,
I feel like with now that, like, the front man is, like, back to, like, doing
doing his
that,
job. Hmm.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna take a sharp turn. Um, I just
Yeah, I wonder if the stakes are going to be higher now.
mhm,
Now that he is back, he's the head game maker is back in the chair. So it's like, is it going to be way worse? Is he going to take pity? Like, there's a lot of different directions they could go.
yeah. Or is he just not gonna care and be like, "Alright, bye, everybody's gonna die."
Everyone's going to die.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
I'm
might have been
interested.
like, you know what? Those 3 games, they were fun and that's great. But now I'm tired of all this. I need you all to go away and then just kill everybody.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm actually bored with this."
Uh,
Um, yeah, but we don't have to wait much longer because it comes out this year.
it comes out in the
So,
summer.
yeah, that's what I read. I read, like, it should come out in, like, June-ish?
Oh, so early summer.
Yeah, that would be
Interesting.
nice.
So make
Um,
sure y'all subscribe wherever you're listening to
yeah,
so
and
that
then we'll talk about the Squid
yeah.
Game.
Yeah, we'll wrap that up when that season comes out. Do we have any final thoughts or opinions?
Thoughts and opinions. I'm very excited for season 3.
Mhm.
I'm very excited for television this year, and we're gonna have lots of episodes on lots of shows. So
Yes.
I'm very excited. I love TV, if
Yep.
you can't tell. I love TV. My mom, I get it from my mother. Okay, that woman loved TV so
Yeah.
much, and
She
I love
loved
TV.
her some TV.
Oh, she did love her some TV, and I do love me some TV also. So I'm very excited.
Yes. So like I said, make sure to subscribe, follow us everywhere. Buy your stickers from the Etsy store. If you want to still be a part of our ongoing Disney series, that form is linked on our link tree. So fill that out if you so desire. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So bye.
Bye.